You know, at some point it was looking like the Bloodline was going to get back together and unite, right? Although, as I was looking at it, and I had talked about this, I was like, I don't know, man. Something's up with Jay. You know, Jay, I see Jay turning. Okay? Yes, there's friction between Jay and Roman, but there's also friction between Jay and Jimmy as well. Jay at this point seems to be the one to kind of stand out a little bit. And it kind of, you know, it makes sense because he's actually become an alpha male, right? When you had the whole Bloodline story going on a while back, definitely Roman was the guy, hands down, okay? Since then, Jay has broken off. Well, everybody just kind of started doing their own thing, but Jay really solidified himself as a top dog. You know, he's one of the biggest baby faces there is right now. Although I'm not really sure where that stands. You know, his entrance is still among the people and everything of that sort. The people still love him and everything. But it seems like that's starting to shift just a little bit, right? So he became like this alpha dog, alpha male kind of guy. So now, is he really gonna fall under Roman? No, I don't see it happening. I could see Jimmy doing that. Jimmy's the one that never really took off, man. If we're gonna be honest, you know, I'm not hating on Jimmy, but he's the one that never really exploded. Without the Usos, without being part of the Bloodline story, Jimmy's the one that never really, I guess I would say, make it. But Jay went off. He did his own thing. Roman, obviously, man, OTC, he's doing his thing. Solo, I mean, you know, to a certain degree, I'm not even really sure where that story's at. But Jimmy's the one that just kind of, you know, got left a little bit behind. But I could see Jimmy still being wanting, I should say. Wanting the whole Bloodline kind of thing. Jay, I'm not really sure, man. And what happened at Crown Jewel and him costing Roman the match, not only that, but spearing him. Yeah, man. This whole friction that's going on with them. We have seen Roman versus Jay before in the past. However, that Jay Uso was not the Jay Uso what he is now. He's not the yeet guy anymore. And I think it will be a big heel turn. At the same time, it depends what they want to do with Roman. How long is Roman really going to stick around? Do you really want to turn Jay into a heel just for that matchup? If Roman is not going to stick around long term, which we all kind of know Roman is pretty much part-time. He shows up here and there. It is interesting. I want to know what's going to go on with War Games. Survivor Series War Games. Are they still going to be a team? I think they are. A broken team. But nonetheless, still a team. I was thinking this was going to go a different direction than the way I see it going now. And I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I am saying it is interesting. The storyline is interesting. And it makes me think actually more about Roman than it does anybody else, because it's like, okay, is Roman really going to stick around, or is he not going to stick around? Because in order for this to work, he needs to stick around. Now, does it need to be every single week? No, it doesn't have to be every single week that he makes an appearance. But Jay is one of the most popular baby faces you got right now. So, you know, to have him and Roman constantly going at each other, unless Roman goes heel, I think it'll still work with him. Unless Roman goes heel. I didn't even think about that. But we shall see, man. We shall see. There's definitely cracks in this family and this story with the, you know, bringing up the bloodline again. And I'm gonna stick with it, man. I'm gonna stick with it. I see Jay turning heel. I see Jay turning heel. I do. You guys let me know. Total Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shout out to all the junkies. Catch you guys on next one.